Hello everyone, this is Eric. I just want to show you some tips on using the randomization functions in Tempus and how you can use it to create your own snapshots. Alright, so first this is how the instrument's loaded by default. And I'm going to change this to hybrid. So first off, when you load it, you can immediately just press this on this name, Tempus, and it will randomly load up some voices. And it will also, when you randomize those voices, it will also change the controls and the shape. So filter and LFO settings here. It will not change any other settings except it'll go to the default settings that each voice was when the original NKI was saved. That's the only thing that will change here, I believe. So these settings are all changed when you press this. Okay, but you can also, when you get onto the shape window, you can isolate these settings and randomize them by pressing on the name. And then you can also randomize the applied effects here in the bottom window here on the far right. And what I like to do is hold a key down and then sustain it, and then get your mouse and hold down Alt and then left click. And then you can also isolate the send effects levels, and that's applied for all voices. And so yeah, when you go to the main window and go to the sends, So when you have something interesting that you like, then you can kind of preview the sounds, because when you change the sounds, it doesn't really change these settings, like the control, the shape, the sends, or the effects. So you can kind of preview how the other sounds would sound. And see, I think there's a little too much distortion. So one thing, when you do randomize the effects section, it doesn't randomize the detailed parameters. So it kind of is just a preview of, like, this is how these effects would sound, and it reorders them and randomizes which effects are being applied, but it doesn't actually change those settings. So you want to kind of fine tune it and figure out what kind of settings you want. Quite a dark sound we have going on here. I'm going to save that. And so you know, if you like the effects that you applied, kind of fine-tuned there, and you want to try randomizing the sounds over that, then you can start randomizing this, and not mess with the effects. Or another thing you can do, once you've figured this out and you're like, oh, I want to try some different ways of creating some presets. Another way is just to get in and load up a random snapshot. And then you can load up different sounds and see how those sounds would be affected by the settings of that snapshot. Because when you load up the sound, it doesn't really change any other parameters except for this window. So let's see how this. So that's how that sounds. Let's try a different sound to see what it sounds like. So yeah, you just go through and just sample some different things and see how they sound. So that's just a way you can experiment and try different things, and then you can just randomize things again. many different ways you can do it. Anyway, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching.